Come and explore the oldest city in Luxembourg with me. So I've already mentioned in my previous Luxembourg videos that Luxembourg is not a city-state. It has other cities. It's just that the capital city is also called Luxembourg. And in total, Luxembourg has 12 cities. And this city is the oldest of them all. This is Echternach. It's located in the east of Luxembourg, around the border of Germany. It's about a 35 to 40 minute drive from the capital city. This is the city center. It's not that big, but it has a good number of restaurants, cafes, ice cream parlors, and more. On Luxembourg standards, it's actually quite busy because some of the other cities I've been to, they're kind of quiet, but here you get a lot of tourists as well. Not as much as the capital city, but there is a good number of tourists. So, Echternach's origins go back to the Roman period, and later on in the video, I'll show you the remains of a Roman villa that once stood here. The city grew around the Abbey of Echternach, which was founded by Saint Willibrod in 698 AD. So, with origins dating back to 698 AD, Echternach is around 1,328 years old, making it roughly 265 years older than Luxembourg City, whose history dates back to 963 AD. Basically, before Luxembourg became a country, Echternach was already one of this region's most important religious centers. In 698 AD, the English missionary Saint Willibrod, he founded the Abbey of Echternach, and it quickly became one of the most influential monasteries in northwestern Europe. It wasn't just a place of worship, it was also a center of learning. This is where monks copied manuscripts, educated clergy, and helped spread Christianity throughout the region. Pilgrims traveled from across Europe just to visit the abbey. It brought a lot of wealth and influence to the city. While Echternach's influence came from religion and scholarship, Luxembourg City's importance came from military power. Its fortress occupied one of the strongest defensive positions in Europe, making it the political center from which the Council of Luxembourg ruled their territory. As their domain expanded, it became known as the County of Luxembourg, and eventually the country inherited that name. This is the Abbey of Echternach. This is where the Benedictine monks lived, worked, studied, and managed the abbey. The abbey buildings now serve a very different purpose. The monks no longer live here, and the complex has now been adapted for other uses. Some of it is now a school. There's also a museum and a tourist office. And this is the basilica of Saint Willibrod. For more than 1,000 years, and even today, as you walk around the city, the basilica remains the landmark that defines the cityscape. The basilica is still an active church. It's still used for Catholic worship, masses, celebrations, and more. It's just no longer an abbey church since the monks left. The monks left in 1797 during the French Revolution. This is when the abbey was closed and religious orders were dissolved. So now it just serves as a parish church. Opposite the basilica is the Church of St. Peter and Paul. There's so many churches around, it actually shows you how religious the city is. It's on a hill, so you need a bit of energy to get there, but you also get a good view of the city. Apparently, this church was built on a Roman site, and there is archaeological evidence showing that earlier structures existed. And of course, you always get some special type of people who need to vandalize a church. Like, why would you do that? I think graffiti on historical buildings should carry really harsh penalties because this is history, it's important. I think the local government here needs to install some CCTVs and maybe give out fines for vandalizing. This is the tourist office I was talking about, so you can get some more details on getting to know the city and the activities available.
Ja, eben, das ist die Richtung.
Ja, das ist schon irgendwie alle doch.
In the city center, you also get these book exchange stations, so you leave one in and you take one out. For food, I actually like a few places here. I haven't tried every single restaurant, but the ones I've tried, they're really good. Like this one called An Hao. The portions are huge, and this burger had so many layers. One thing Luxembourg does well though is the burgers. Overall, the service was good, the prices are not bad either. The only negative I would say is that I didn't like some of the drinks I ordered. I forgot exactly what they were, but other than that, the food is delicious. You really need a big appetite for this restaurant. This one burger can easily be made into 3. It's massive. The city centre also has this place called Tea Talk. It's good for matcha drinks, bubble tea, and a lot of iced teas. So I highly recommend it. Just a few meters away from the city centre, there's this river. I'm not exactly sure how the name of the river is pronounced. I think it's called the Suhr River. It creates a natural border of Germany. So the town on the German side is called Echternach, and the city on the Luxembourg side is Echternach. I do come here quite often actually. I like walking by the river. The paved Riverside promenade is about 1.5 to 2 kilometers, so you can walk here at a relaxed pace for about 20 to 30 minutes. As you walk by the river, you also come across the gardens of Echternach and this pavilion. It's called Rococo. It was built in 1761 as a pleasure pavilion. This was for the monks of Echternach Abbey. It was used for leisure and entertainment. Just so you know, the garden will look very different depending on the season you visit. This was July, so it looks like this. The pavilion and the garden reflected the wealth and influence of Echternach Abbey. This is when the Abbey was one of the most important religious institutions in this region. The exterior is open to the public, so you can walk around here anytime. The interior, however, is not generally open for visitors. It's usually only accessible during special events or guided tours. The guided tours are organized by the city. And from here, you also get a very good view of the river and the gardens. I've actually seen some people do wedding photo shoots here, so I'm guessing you can if you want to. It's usually this quiet if you're wondering where the people are. I shot most of this on a Sunday, but even on Saturdays it's not that busy by the river. Usually the lake is busier. And yes, Echternach has a lake, and I'll show you later on in the video. Usually this area has a lot of geese, but on this day, they were on the German side. They crossed over to Echternach. It hasn't been raining a lot lately, that's why the grass looks brown. But usually at this time of the year, it should look very green. The gardens, I think, they look the way they do because the city probably waters the flowers. So yeah, by the river, you also get these hammocks. They can hold up a lot of weight. On the Echternach Brook side, they also have this campsite. I think it's a good way to stay in this region because you can just camp there and then walk over to the Echternach side. There are no border checks between the two countries, so you can just walk over from Germany to Luxembourg or Luxembourg to Germany. This river area is also a good starting point for exploring the surrounding nature and the wider region like the Mileto Trail. And in this river, you can also do some kayaking, canoeing, so there's quite a lot of activities you can do around here. Now, about the lake in Echternach, it takes about 15 minutes to walk there from the city centre, and driving takes about 3 minutes or so. And on your way there, you get to see these beautiful neighborhoods where houses have their own private bridges over this small river. I wonder how many millions of euros these houses cost. Because first of all, properties are very expensive in Luxembourg. And on top of that, these ones have private bridges. One thing I really appreciate about Luxembourg is the flowers. All of the cities, towns, or villages I've visited so far, they always have these nice public flowers. It really does make a difference with my mood. I just like seeing nature thriving. Apparently this city has about 6,031 residents, but I don't know, it does feel a lot bigger when I'm there. I know you can't really see a lot of people in the clips, but there's usually a lot of people in the city centre. Unless the majority of the people are tourists, other than that, it does feel like at least 10,000 people live in this city. And I know what you're thinking, 10,000 people is not enough to make a city in most countries, but in Luxembourg has different history, so Echternach is a city despite the size of its population. And finally, this is the Echternach Lake. It's about 30 hectares, and 30 hectares is about 0.3 square kilometers. This is a man-made lake. It was created in the 1970s as part of the development project to provide a recreation area for the town. So, unlike a natural lake, its water levels can actually be managed through its control structures. I personally wouldn't swim in this water. I mean, I can't swim anyway, but the lake also has a designated swimming area. It's got a small beach as well. I didn't record the beach area, it just didn't feel appropriate. There were so many kids around. But they also have showers, restaurants, and a lot of other things. And they also have this volleyball court. You can also play table tennis. They also have these youth hostels. You can also rent a bike and cycle around the lake. And they have this station where you can charge your phone for free. You can also repair your bike for free. I actually tested both chargers and they did work quite well for both Android and iPhone. And this area, I'm not exactly sure what this is for, but I think it's for washing bikes. The lake also has a designated barbecue area, and when this place is packed, there's not enough room for everyone. So a lot of people just end up barbecuing on the picnic areas. You still need to follow certain rules though, but I doubt most people do. I recorded this on a quiet day, but believe me, it does get really crowded. For the kids, they also have this play area. It looks really cool, so you can easily keep them entertained. And again, this was on a quiet day. It does get really busy. And I wonder what this statue is about. If anybody knows, please let me know in the comments down below. Now, about the Roman archaeological sites I was talking about earlier, this is it. It's near the lake. It's called the Roman Villa of Echternach. It dates back to the 1st century AD. This was one of the largest Roman villa complexes north of the Alps. It's free to enter, but if you want a guided tour, it's €5. I could be wrong, but I think this is a Roman statue. There's also some wildlife around. It's mainly just birds though. And I have no idea what this represents, but if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments down below. This is just the lake again in the opposite direction. I'm really fascinated to see how wildlife can survive in such water. This water does not look safe to me. If I was to recommend time to spend around this lake, I think no less than half a day because it has quite a lot of things to do. And for a more relaxing experience, I'd give it the whole day. So a whole day around the lake area, and for the city, maybe half a day to a day maybe. So 2 days for both the lake and the city. But if you don't care about the activities, and if you just want to see how beautiful Echternach is, then half a day should be enough. Just a reminder that these plastic bags are free, and it's for you to clean up your dog's poop. It's not just there for decoration. As I was leaving the lake area, I came across this church. I have no idea what it's called, but I have some viewers who complain when I miss out churches because in most cases, some of these churches have so much history behind them. It looks like an active church because there were a lot of Bibles around. So if anybody knows the name of this church, please let me know in the comments down below. You can also easily find international products in Echternach. I mean, the supermarkets do have international products, but this shop, for example, is more specialized with African products. So here you can find some African food, hair products, and a bunch of other things. Some food as well. That's actually for my hair. They have this supermarket called Cactus. It's near the bus station, and it's got these lockers. I think it's very convenient if you need to store some stuff. They aren't that big, but it's better than nothing. So that was it. That was Echternach. And if you're still watching, why haven't you liked the video? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.